Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk with you about the new Redball Gen 2 broadcast hoods. We believe these new spray hoods will give better drift control and increased profits while continuing to improve good stewardship of the land we all work to achieve. The first Redball Gen 1 broadcast hoods were developed in the early 90s and were connected to ATVs to spray between the rows of grapes and almonds on the west coast. The Gen 2 hood has been modified to provide tip versatility, improved spray coverage, and reduced drift. With an increase to the hood height and depth, it gives the hood the ability to accommodate a TTI tip and a triple nozzle body mounted in the top of the hood for greater flexibility. There are several benefits when using the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood. Tip versatility provides drift control and improves spray placement and coverage for better performance of the chemical. Increased spray days throughout the season provide more timely application of product to the field and increased profits. With the spray drift control, the Gen 2 broadcast hoods are environmentally friendly and support stewardship of the land throughout the process. For both custom applicators and farmers, the ability to minimize spray drift and the liabilities of off-target spray drift is critical. More spraying days for the grower or custom applicator will provide better crop performance and more efficient use of the equipment, and it has been shown that the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood can give greater coverage under the hood as opposed to an open spray bar when it comes to chemical performance. In September of 2013, spray drift and coverage testing was conducted by the University of Nebraska on Redball's Gen 2 broadcast spray hood with 3 different spray tips: the XR, the AIXR, and the TTI tips. The results of the study will be published in the 2014 Journal of Agriculture Engineering, Volume 1. Following is a summary of these results. To establish a consistent base, 2 identical sprayers were built by Wilmer Fabrication, one with hoods and one without, and were mounted on tractors to ensure the integrity of the information collected. The application zone was a soybean field at a height of V2 to V3. Each treatment was applied twice with the spray hood on and twice with the open spray bar for each of the 3 tips. The chemical used for the testing was Roundup Power Max with rhodamine dye. An average wind speed of 8 miles per hour was measured, and travel speeds through the field were 8 to 9 miles per hour. The first test conducted was to measure drift control of product across the field. The green area represents the location of the sprayer as it traveled through the field. The ovals represent mylar discs that were placed in the field to measure the droplets of chemical captured during each pass at measured intervals from the spray bar. With the XR tip at 4 meters downwind and an open spray bar, 160 relative fluoresce units or RFUs were collected. With the spray hood in place, only 5 units were collected. At 8 meters and beyond, the drift with the spray hood in place was so small that it was not significant, while the open spray bar continued to show results across the test plot. The AIXR, or air-inducted XR, is the same XR tip, but has air inducted into the tip to get a larger droplet size. The results with the AIXR tip show that at 4 meters downwind, 41 units were collected on the open spray bar, while only 2 units were collected with the spray hood in place. At 8 meters and beyond, the drift with the spray hood in place was again not significant, while the open spray bar continued to show drift across the field. The TTI tip results show that at 4 meters downwind, 35 units were collected on the open spray bar, while 5 units were collected with the spray hood in place. And again, at 8 meters and beyond, the drift with the spray hood in place was not significant, while the open spray bar with the TTI tips showed results across the field. In summary, the University of Nebraska's data shows that approximately, on average, the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hoods show a reduction in drift of 90% over the open spray bar. Our second test objective was to measure spray coverage of chemical on the crop. For this test, an 8-inch disc of litmus paper was placed in the travel path of the sprayer, collected, and then examined. Coverage results from the test were also quite dramatic. With the XR tip and the spray hood in place, a 68% coverage was achieved, while the results with the open spray bar show only 25% coverage. With the AIXR tip, 53% coverage was achieved with the spray hood in place, while the open spray bar achieved 33% coverage. The TTI tip results show that with the spray hood in place, 48% coverage was achieved and only 27% coverage resulted with the open spray bar. To summarize the coverage results, the test shows that you can have more consistent coverage when using the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood over spraying with an open spray bar. It is also clear that any of these tips are much more effective in the field when used in conjunction with the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood. The results from the University of Nebraska testing have identified key items that show improved performance and reduced environmental concerns, including better drift control, improved coverage, and the wide range of chemical options available for application. Wilmer Fabrication offers a wide variety of broadcast hooded sprayer models for our customers. Let's take a look at the different models available. The SPK 645 self-propelled retrofit broadcast hood kits are available for all major self-propelled makes and includes the Redball Gen 2 spray hoods, mounting brackets, and hardware. The hoods can be mounted on the center section and primary section on each side. The outer booms are folded in when spraying the perimeters and can be folded out when in the remainder of the field. Custom receiver brackets have been designed for each of the major brands of sprayers. Once these brackets have been initially installed in the spray bar, it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to remove or install the spray hoods from the sprayer. The hoses are then connected from the nozzle body on the boom to the top of the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood. This versatility gives custom applicators and growers alike the ability to upgrade sprayers as required by business needs without a requirement to purchase new spray hoods. If you choose to change your sprayer brand, you would only be required to purchase new mounting hardware. The SPK 645 self-propelled retrofit kit, in conjunction with the correct tip, spray adjuvant, and trained operators, can help in achieving minimal drift with improved coverage. This could mean that the custom applicator may not have to return to a field to finish spraying when conditions have become favorable for completion. The 642 3-point hitch broadcast sprayer with its smaller footprint and 10 to 50 foot booms are ideal for spraying smaller fields and borders or buffer zones. This self-contained unit has gauge wheels for boom height control. The 642, like other Wilmer Fab sprayers, is constructed with a high-strength steel frame and durable powder coat paint finish. It is available in vertical fold or stacker fold booms for easy transport. The 642 provides excellent drift control when front curtains touch the crop canopy. This model is often used on perimeters and in smaller fields. The Model 645 3-point tractor-mounted broadcast hooded sprayer with suspended boom is a common configuration for Midwestern farmers. Its 60 to 100 foot mounted front fold booms are ideal for larger fields. Often, growers will use this configuration to give them the ability to use their current tractor and reduce their cost from investing in a complete self-propelled sprayer. With its fold-over-the-top design, care will need to be taken when folding and unfolding the booms to ensure overhead power lines or other obstacles are not in the folding path. This machine uses tractor-mounted tanks, making it as efficient as a self-propelled machine in some cases. The SP645 self-propelled broadcast hooded boom is the same boom as is being produced for the 645 3-point sprayer without the 3-point hitch configuration. The center section has a high-mounted pivot for balance and boom stability. It is built to retrofit directly onto most major sprayer units with 60 to 100 foot booms and uses the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hoods. How would more spraying days benefit your operation? More spray days per season gives the applicator the ability to kill weeds at the correct stage of development, which leads to reduced reoccurrence. It can also improve ROI on your spray operations. Let's take a look. When we look at the SPK 645 broadcast spray hood retrofit kit, we can see that a 60-foot boom run at 9 miles per hour can cover 65 acres per spray hour. That provides a value of $392 per spray hour and reduces the time to recover your cost to only 47 hours of spraying time. The 642 3-point broadcast spray hood achieves an excellent return on investment as well. With the 40-foot boom run at 9 miles per hour, you can cover 43 acres per spray hour. That provides a value of $261 per spray hour and reduces the time to recover your cost to 103 hours. The Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood allows for better time management, additional spray days, more timely application, and increased sprayer value when compared to the open boom sprayer. How are you going to manage your buffer zones? When we take a look at your current options, as a custom applicator, you may spray everything but the downwind buffer zone with your self-propelled sprayer, then come back when the wind switches to spray the buffer zone. As a farmer, you may spray everything but the downwind buffer zone with your self-propelled 3-point or trailer sprayer, then come back when the wind switches to spray the buffer zone. This adds time and expense to your spraying cycles and may lead to weeds that cannot be contained because of their growth. With the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hoods, what could your options be? For both custom applicators and farmers, the perimeters may be sprayed first, then continue to spray the remainder of the field with or without the spray hoods. This eliminates multiple trips to the same field and increases your total acres covered each spray season. When using the correct spray tip and spray adjuvant with a trained machine operator, in conjunction with the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood family of products, you may get the greatest possible coverage, best drift reduction, and preservation of technologies for the greatest overall results. As stated from the results of the University of Nebraska study, using hooded sprayers during ground applications has the potential to minimize pesticide drift, especially when combined with other drift reduction technologies such as drift retardant adjuvants or low drift nozzles. With the use of the Redball Gen 2 broadcast spray hood, the benefits will be quickly realized. The spray hood can improve performance and ease environmental concerns by providing an increase in crop coverage for more effective results, flexible application schedules because of better drift control, the ability to spray more fields during the spray season, and good stewardship of the land through improved drift control and reduced energy usage. Put a hood on drift. Better performance, less drift.
Always read and follow label instructions. Follow state and local regulations.